Hi there, Sean Wilmot, and today we're looking at something particularly spectacular as far as the fleet is concerned. This is a favourite for New Zealand Company Vehicle magazine. This is the all-new Toyota Camry for 2021. Best part of it is, it's all about being a hybrid, and it's an absolute cracker. One thing I really like are these tribal lines that go up to the rear tail lights. How's that for boot space? Part of the joy of driving a hybrid, of course, is when you're driving in the city. This is where the hybrid is most efficient in terms of its fuel consumption, and it is, of course, most eco-friendly because I'm running on the battery power and the electric power only. I'm not actually using petrol, unless the battery goes down to a low state of charge. But in saying that, it's a very relaxing drive around the inner city, and most people would sit there and bat their eyes at that one and go, wait a minute, driving in the inner city is relaxing? In a Toyota Camry? Heck yeah. Now, although this is a hybrid, I am asked the question, well, what about the petrol side of things? I mean, it's still a petrol-powered car, right? Yes, it is. We actually have a 2.5 litre four-cylinder petrol. Now, that's a very fuel-efficient engine, and it's very, very relaxed to drive as well, as in keeping with the rest of the EV prospect. In terms of the delivery of power and such like, well, we're talking about 160 kilowatts of power out of the petrol engine alone, and that, of course, gets amplified a little bit when you cut in the electric as well. We can't really give you torque figures because, again, it's combining the petrol and the electric engine at the same time, but I can roughly gauge it at around about 200 newton meters of torque or thereabouts. Camry Hybrid has been awarded a 5-star safety ANCAP rating, which is exactly what you'd expect given the amount of safety features this vehicle has on board. We do have the complete Toyota safety sensing suite, which is extremely comprehensive, but this is slightly modified because we're actually seeing a few more features being added to that safety suite umbrella. We do have, for example, curve reduction speed control, which basically means that as you're driving with the all-speed cruise control system active and you go into a corner, you may be going a little bit hotter than you should be, and the car will actually determine from the steering angle sensor that you might be going a little bit too quick for the corner, so it will brake for you. It's just one of those little innovative things that Toyota keeps on adding to when it comes to vehicle safety. At the moment where we sit, the Toyota Camry Hybrid is probably the hero leading the charge for CO2 reduction. This vehicle produces 107 grams of CO2 per kilometre, which is pretty good considering the size of the car and the amount of specification it comes with. The beauty of the Toyota Camry is much more than skin deep. Step inside the cabin and you'll see what I mean. The inside of the Camry looks somewhat humble when you first see it, but sitting in those seats is really amazing. They're very, very comfortable. We've got Eco, Normal and Sport modes for driving. We've also got the lock-in EV mode button. These ones open the boot, open the fuel filler, and also provide access to the multi-view camera system on the side there, as well as having the switch-off control for the traction device. That moves us right across to the steering wheel, which is where we find the really cool stuff. The buttons that deactivate the lane assist mechanism, the forward collision mitigation system, and across on the other side we have all the access points for your audio and infotainment systems. And from here we can see the organically designed center console, which embraces the 9-inch touchscreen. In the back here I've got room. It's unbelievable, it really is quite astonishing. And it's amplified by this fantastic double sunroof that we've got up here, which lets so much light into the cabin. There is no way that I could feel constricted while I'm sitting back here. Now, there's a common misconception that if you're driving a hybrid car, you're not having an awful lot of fun. Well, I can actually put paid to that. The ZR Camry actually does give you the feel of driving a very, very well, tightly controlled handling car. It sits a lot lower on the road, which basically gives you that greater feeling of confidence when you're doing high-speed cornering. So there we have it, the Toyota Camry for 2021. Now, it almost pains me to say it, but I believe this car is almost wasted on the fleet market. And the reason I say that is quite simple. It's so good looking, so stylish, so sophisticated, so environmentally friendly and safe. I reckon everybody should have at least a drive in this, if not take the ownership papers and put one in their garage. In fact, that's where I'm off to right now, my nearest Toyota dealer to secure mine. See you later.